There we are. Hello, everybody. I am Mike Coverdale, and there's nobody here. Alright, let's wait for people to stack up. Excuse me. Just waiting for everything to pop off here. I got a scam phone number that said, "OMG, Dr. Oz exposes Big Pharma live on air in front of a bunch of viewers. You won't believe the shocking secret that got revealed. See full clip here. Don't click that. I haven't. You probably shouldn't either." Excuse me. It's probably some sort of malware. Oh, we got one person. Here's this. Hello. No one. That was odd. Oh, hello. How do you pronounce that? Aeon616? Welcome. I haven't seen you on the channel before, so I'll assume you know. No. Good to see you. Just sort of waiting for everything to get going here. But yeah, feel free to ask any questions, comments, tell stories. I don't know. Just anything, really. Aeon says, "Yeah, I'm sure the regulars will get here soon." Soon enough. You see, this is supposed to happen every Tuesday at 10 p.m., but yesterday I forgot it was Tuesday. So, big duh on my side. But, yeah. Juice. Time is an illusion anyways, lol. Yes, it is. One of the primary ones, actually. Actually, just so I have something to say, since people are going to probably watch this afterwards too. I have this theory about how time is technically consciousness, because, I mean, if you didn't have time to think or experience, then you wouldn't have any experience or thoughts. So, time is probably very essential to consciousness, if not is consciousness. As far as I can tell. It's the fractalization of the universe. That's the way I can describe it. Actually, let's talk about that for a little while. Let's talk about time, since I don't really got anything else to pull out of my hat. Time is a lot of people think that it's some sort of process that happens from beginning to end. But that can't be true. Assuming the universe is infinite, so is time. So long as there's infinity, everything is infinite. It's like a variable that cures all other variables. Or at least so I've discovered. So it goes infinite in both directions. But it isn't a process from one point to another. It isn't a straight line. Because what if that straight timeline were to take a turn like that? Wouldn't that be sort of unusual? So instead, people would usually think of it as a cycle, saying that it goes around in a circle. That can't work either, because it doesn't work. Like just how perpetual motion doesn't exist. That can't exist with time either. If you were to put water in a cylindrical tube, then it would just still immediately. It doesn't go around in circles, not even in zero gravity. So I have I've stumbled upon another theory that says that it's all just a big field and everything happens at once. That's the block time theory, I believe, and I think that is the closest to the truth. Um, so think of time as sort of think of it as a canvas with painting on it. It doesn't necessarily change or go anywhere. Like it doesn't move from one point to another. Excuse me. It just sort of fades, I guess. And that's what I think is happening to the universe. It isn't motion, it's entropy. Moment. I'm back. Got these I think they're walnuts. I found them when I was walking home one day back in 2021. I think it was summer, and I've been using them sort of as Zen balls. They work much better than mala beads for me. Although mala beads do have their moments. Just waiting for everyone to show up. Aeon says that's the fun thing about consciousness and time. We forgot how it works, and it makes it fun, like losing yourself in a video game. For me, it's the opposite. It doesn't make it fun at all. That's misinformation, but it's fun to discover it, rediscover it. As an academic, as a sort of scholarly person, it's very fun. Are you usually around Aeon? Because your name doesn't sound very familiar. Are you new to this channel? Are you from the COC for secrecy? Aeon says I'm on Discord. Yep. All right. Cool. Well, welcome to the channel. Nothing has happened yet. It'd be very unfortunate if I were to do a live stream, but I'm the only person that shows up besides you. Hold on, let me see if I can connect to some people. Getting maybe 2 or 3 more people on here. If not, then either more or less. Well, we'll just have to see what happens. Hey, there we are. Bugs has arrived. Everybody give Bugs a round of applause. She's a friend of mine. Well, welcome. Just sort of waiting for everyone to join in here. It's been 12 minutes, so not certain if anyone besides you two might join, but we'll see. Getting more here. Sorry you were late. You're doing some stuff. Well, I don't mean to interrupt you. you can go back to whatever that was, but glad to have you here. Yeah, see, Aeon's clapping for you. Everybody was waiting for you. Woohoo! Bugs is here. Yay. Hair keeps getting in the way. I got this weird piece here that keeps curling up. I don't know why. All right. What'd you say? Aeon616 says, do you think that after death is the same state of consciousness as before birth? That makes sense, but assuming reincarnation exists, that's my current theory that makes the most sense to me. Assuming that exists, then my theory would state that consciousness remains the same throughout the whole states, even when even if it takes like trillions or billions of years to reform into something that can sustain consciousness, like some sort of algae on an alien planet or something, that eventually just becomes you again. And assuming there's no such thing as non-experience that can't exist, then there would be no difference between the two states other than the lack of memory. So I'd say that it's the same state of consciousness throughout, but assuming the theory of voidism, that you only have one life and this is it, and after this you'll just disappear forever, then yeah, I'd say so. I mean, the peak of life is maybe 40s to 60s, but beyond that, yes, I think it's the same state as consciousness. Should get some more people on here. Working on it. Hmm. There she is, Astaroth. Good to see you. Welcome. Once again, we're just sort of waiting for more people. Right now, we got 4 people. It's Bugs, Aeon, you, and me. So, just waiting for everything to kick off here. Feel free to ask any questions, add any comments, tell your stories, etc. Hair keeps getting in the way. Cheers. That'd be a fun game. I just thought of every time somebody joins in a live stream, take a shot or something. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh, if only I were legally aged. Let's see here. Alright. Starday says, show us your new anime. Not sure if I can do that on YouTube. Alright, hold on. Alright. So, for anyone who doesn't know here, an athame is basically a magical dagger or magical knife. It isn't usually used for cutting things in a physical sense, but they can be, but they can be done for that. It's usually used for like chopping up herbs or something, or maybe to enchant something, used as a sort of wand, give an offering, etc., etc. So this is my new athame. It's crazy looking, isn't it? I got this just a week ago, and my dad gave it to me because he could not find another use for it. He had another one similar or identical. So now I got a knife. It's awesome. So I'm going to be using this one for school things. Starte Astaroth says, cool. Don't pretend like you haven't seen it yet. Aeon says, a shot of water. Nope, we're talking about whiskey. Although right now I have Coca-Cola since I can't have whiskey. But I bet that'd be a fun game. Starte says, yeah, but now I've seen it live. Well, I'm glad you have. Glad to have you see that. Is that a karambit knife? I have no idea. I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Hold on. I don't really study blades very much. Okay, looking at them, I can say that yes, it is a karambit knife. Chaboom. Doesn't that look nice? So yeah, I'll be using this for a lot of stuff. It's gonna be fun. Stardust says my keyboard is freaking out. So it's not actually you typing then. Aeon says, I'm not sure if I spelled it correctly, no worries. Oh no, you spelled it correctly. I looked it up. Stardust says, it types stuff without my help. Seems like you have a ghost. Oh, we're back down to 2 people. Alright. Oof, excuse me. Let me see something here. Guys, type something. I need content here. I'm running out. Find this person. There we go. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Are there any spirits that you work with regularly? Mostly Asatru-based spirits, like the Norse ones or Celtic ones too. Um, Sunanos, that's a Celtic one. There's also Bridget, I think that's how you pronounce her name. We also got Odin, Thor, Loki, Tyr, Njord. Uh, what's the other one's name? Freya. Freyr. That's that. I also do some stuff with never mind. I can't think of any right now. But those are mainly what I work with. Lots of Norse deities or spirits. Actually, most of the spirits that I work with, I sort of come up with on my own. uh, I develop these sort of egregores that embody certain emotions, certain metaphorical things in philosophy, etc. Stardate types F-ZF. What does that mean? Stardate says F. What's going on? And types recently, spirits I work with told me to work on self-development and ease up, so I take a break from calling them. My trick: don't call them. Just let them come to you, because that works a lot easier for me. Stardate says keyboard is possessed. Yep, not yet at least. And says Starte has an impromptu Ouija board thing going on. That'd be interesting. That turned into a Ouija board. Mega Ancient says, "May they rise. Welcome, friend. I'm pretty sure you're new to the channel. Haven't seen you around. From what you're saying to me, I'm pretty sure you're from the COC. That's good to see. Glad to see that people are coming around from there. Good to have you, friend. Good to have you." Bugs says, "Back. Yay. Everybody give a round of applause to Bugs. She's a friend of mine. Somebody that I actually know in person." Starday says, "I'm trying a different keyboard. I go through one every few months." Luigi. Yeah. That's funny to think about. Starday says, "Welcome, Magi." Yeah, welcome, man. Good to have you around. Feel free to ask any questions, add any comments, share your stories, etc., etc. Really, we just do whatever we want here. Whatever you guys want me to add. So, we got that going on. Aeon says, "I was working with King Paimon a while back and discovered some new spirits. Neat stuff." Oh, yeah, Goetia. I also work with Stolas. Stolas, Vine. Who's the bird guy? Malphas. Those are the only three, really. Starry says, "Cool." Yeah, that's neat. I don't want to do anything with Paimon, really. He seems like the kind of person that would be annoying. I don't know, he seems like a very annoying type of person. I've heard that he's very loud. So, Starday says, "I work with Azazel." I do not know much about Azazel, but I know that he is a demon. let me Google some stuff about him. About him, really. Azazel, in Jewish legend, is a demon or evil spirit whom, in the ancient rite of Yom Kippur, or Day of Atonement, a scapegoat was sent bearing the sins of the Jewish people. 2 male goats were chosen for the ritual, one designated by lots for the Lord and the other for Azazel. Give me a minute here. I'll look up some more stuff about him. Well, I can't really see a lot about what he does, but he's a interesting spirit. Interesting stuff. Don't know what his metaphors are. So let's see what we got here. We got Aeon, Astarte, Bugs, Mega Ancient, and me. Cool. He, King Paimon, was relaxed in my experience. I never got any of the angry screaming, how dare you vibe with him. Plus he is a good therapist. Not that it isn't like, oh, how dare you, or I'm high and mighty or something like that. It's just he's sort of loud. He comes in whenever he wants. I don't like people who are like that, so he isn't really for me. How much you want to bet that I offended like everyone that works with him by saying that? You guys ever heard of D.H. Thorne? You should go check him out. He does some pretty cool stuff. It's like similar to what I do, but better. But yeah, I've been getting to know him for like the past year and a half. He's a cool guy, pretty wise, probably the most wise that I've ever met. I think you should go and check him out. Might be interesting if you were to join. I bet he'd bring up a lot of great points here. This guy says, Aeon says, Kracel is a great ally. He warms waters, in my experience. This functioned to bring up difficult memories and gently process or deal with them. More of an angelic vibe than other goetics. I've never heard of Kracel. Hold on a minute. Who is this? Kracel, also called Krokel. What just happened? Also called Krokel or Procel, is the 49th spirit of the Goetia, manifesting as an angel with a tendency to speak in dark and mysterious ways. Once a member of the powers, he is now a Duke of Hell who rules over 48 legions of demons. Once summoned by the conjurer, he can teach geometry and other liberal sciences. He also warm bodies of water, create the illusion of the sound of rushing waters, and reveal the location of natural baths. That's a sigil. All right, cool. Never heard of him, but he sounds interesting. We're back down to 2 people. How does this keep happening? Hold on now. Weird. Oh, wow. Seems like we won't be getting a lot of people on here. But I'll keep it running for the sake of it. May as well, right? Just waiting for more stuff to go down here. Lots of demon talk in this one. Let's see if some people talking about demonology here. It's interesting. Starday says, his friend is also very loving with me. Belial is stern but very intimate. I haven't worked with all three of the people that you've just mentioned. I know who they are. I don't really work with them a lot. But, cool. Cool. I'll assume they're interesting people. Alright, listen, I'm gonna be honest. The only reason why I don't work with them a lot is because my parents would freak the hell out. Nothing against them. It's just, Christian family. And says, that's why my astral temples are handy. Don't need anything beyond your imagination. That's true. You don't even need imagination for it. You can literally just exist and do magic. So that's really needed to understand and to manipulate and do all those things. Excuse me. Started Astro says, yes, my moments of magic arise spontaneously. For me, it sort of happens at random. I mean, I can force it to happen sometimes, but I I don't really do it a lot. I'm I'm very lazy with the method that I use. Um, what I do is I just sort of let it come to me. Eventually, it does. I'm gonna lay down here. And says, on the subject of Christianity, something that gets forgotten is that all angels have the dark side, especially Michael for works of destruction and Gabriel for disturbing the subconscious. Yeah, that's true. Um, I mean, the only difference between angel and demon is the class that they're in, really. One is a shadow and one's there to help. And both equally help in some way. It's just one is usually preferred over the other because they're good. When really, if you go back to the translation of demon, you eventually end up with daemon or daemon, which is the Greek word for just spirit. it never had any negative connotations until people started referring to them as a different class of something. Bug says, I was not expecting the neck crack. Yeah, I tend to do that. I don't know why. You want to see something weird? Yep. I don't know why I'm able to do that, but it seems like no one else is. Nobody in my age, at least. Maybe I have arthritis. I don't know. Bug says, I feel like Christianity over the years has been so twisted just to control things people don't like. That's, sadly, that's truth, Bugs. Sadly, that's the truth. Hold on a minute. Just responding to something real quick. Okay. So Bug says, I feel like Christianity over the years has been twisted and controlled. Right. I mean, yeah, I agree with you. The Catholic Church and the Council of Nicaea, they've sort of taken out and distorted a lot of what was the original Christianity, which was in origin very similar to Judaism. Actually, did you know that the wait, I'm trying to remember this. Right. Did you know that Yahweh was actually a combination of the words Yah and Weh, one from Samaria and one from something else. I can't remember what else, but it's a combination name of two different gods. Also, I'm pretty sure the Canaanites got mixed in there somewhere, and it's just gotten way too far from what it originally was. Aeon says, I feel like you can say that about religion in general. That's why introspection is really important. You do the work and don't let anybody dictate what you should believe. Exactly. Religion shouldn't be a dictatorship. It's all about democracy. Okay. I mean, yeah. Most religions are very shut up, be happy kind of religions, which I don't really like. Like, we got Judaism, Christianity, Islam, just a bunch of them. I don't mean any disrespect to the followers. I'm disrespecting the religion. The religion has a lot of. The religion is it literally translates to fellowship of something, fellowship of the Lord. I think. And says, and it got mixed with El, the title. I think El is the Canaanite title for Lord, similar to Baal. Yeah, that makes sense. Baal is very. It got mixed in with Christianity somewhere, and I think that created more or less the archetype of what Christians view God as, or Jesus as today. Also, Jesus isn't even his real name, by the way. That derived from Jesus, which was like the worst translation there was. Some people say that his original name was Yeshua, but that can also be further translated down to Yahashua. So, in his people's tongue back then, they would call him Yahashua. Nowadays, that name would translate to Joseph. So, I don't know where we got Jesus from, actually. Something about. I think it wasn't really like a name, it was like a title. But that's what they did. Bilga says, I hate when people use religion as a way to avoid situations they don't want to confront at some point. It's just blind belief, which I guess is the whole point, but I generally don't get it. Yeah. Not a lot of people do, but that's sort of the point. as I said, it's a shut up, be happy religion. Uh, yeah, if not everything can be explained away with God, in my opinion, because God is a very not to say invalid in philosophy, because there are definitely deistic schools in philosophy, probably more than there are pantheistic or atheistic. But uh, just just theism in general, it doesn't seem the Christian idea of theism doesn't seem much equivalent to the truth. But then again, who am I to say? Um, They started after us says, I think Jesus was the Aramaic or Greek version of his name. Actually, yeah, that would make sense. So nowadays his name would be Joseph. Greek, it would be Jesus. A little bit behind that, it would be Yeshua. In the very beginning, it was Yahashua. I can probably see how that lines up. Yeah. But yeah. Listen, I'm just criticizing. I mean, if you're a Christian on here, then I wouldn't like don't stress what I'm saying. Clearly I don't know everything, although I do. I'm gonna say that I do a lot, and I actually believe that sometimes. But just know that I'm just messing with you, really. I'm just poking and prodding at the points of your religion that don't make sense to let you be slightly more aware of where things have gone astray. Aeon says, at Bugs, great point. I think a core problem is that blind belief or blind faith is easy. Actually doing your homework or examining the creation of religion is hard. Truth is not easy stuff. Actually, that brings up a point. Um, there's this guy on YouTube named VK Jehanam. Well, actually, he isn't in that anymore because his original channel got banned. I don't know what he goes by anymore. But he brought up. Uh, he's a really cool guy. He's into a lot of occult stuff. I think you should check him out. He brought up a lot of points about how with magic you actually have to create a personal development with your beings. Like you have to treat them as uh, friends or allies or teachers rather than these things that hang above you. And if you make a mistake in magic, then you actually have to do something about it. When in religions such as Christianity, Islam, Judaism, etc., 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 all you got to do is pray and then it's done. You don't have to do anything. And so, yeah, that's another reason why a lot of people tend to go towards slightly less involved things and slightly less involved things into their philosophy and religion. It's just easier. I mean, I've had at least 5 years of headaches from these things. Like it really isn't an easy process, and even still, I'm not done with it. But yeah, it takes courage, I'd say, and seems like not a lot of people have that. Starter says he goes by Vidian. Yes, Vidian, that's right. He goes by Vidian on YouTube. I think you should check him out because he is awesome. um, it's the V and VK to him. Yeah. Why does this thing keep happening? I hate this. Hold on now. All right. Just gonna wait for something to happen here. You guys want to see something cool? Hold on. Check it. Staff. uh, this is one that I usually use whenever I have to go places. You see, for a wand, it's like a stay-at-home kind of thing. For a staff, it's when you're traveling and you need to do magic. So I usually use this for whenever I travel. Um, just any long distance really, or whenever I have to do a ceremonial type of a very ceremonial type of magic. I got a bunch of things engraved here. We got the incorruptible sigil. I'm sure at least a couple of you might recognize what that is. We got a bunch of letters to an alphabet, which I'm not going to share with you. We have a sigil here that I made that represents also another thing that I can't tell you. And we got this, which I use to represent the four elements. It's supposed to have a dot in it. I think I might add that later. Oh yeah, and on the other side we have my version of the sigils of the five elements. We got uh, air, water, fire, and earth, and also spirit because there are five of them. I like using a diamond surrounded by a circle with a dot in the middle because it's just original. It's better than a pentagram in my opinion. But you do you. Alexis at Aeon, I agree. I think people would rather take the easier path just to feel better about wrong they've done, like Wyatt said. Most people just pray and think it's better. Oh, no. It's not that they've done wrong. Objectively in the universe, there's no such thing as good or evil. Like, you could be the worst scumbag to ever walk the earth into the universe at large. It makes no difference. But yeah, that's another reason. I was going. I was leaning more towards it's just easier to believe in. Like you don't have to focus on all these different parts of something to figure it all out. Like you don't have to spend 5 years studying the academia or the scholarly bodies just to figure out how something works. But yeah, that reason too is that people want to seem apologetic towards themselves when really they're just doing bad. But yeah, the Catholic Church have done some things that I can't even really mention on the stream for how bad they are. But yeah, that's a reason. It's just easy. You can get away with anything when you're a Christian, and so a lot of people are Christians. Just hope they can keep their hands off the pastor boys. Oh, that's a terrible joke. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, I'm making like a running joke where Bugs is like the center of the spotlight. The person in the chat named Bugs. So just gonna pass the torch over to her now. Go ahead, entertain him for a little while. I'm going to force you to be a large part of the live stream. Everyone, put the stage on Bugs. Give her a round of applause. Blah 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 blah. What am I even saying anymore? I've been doing this for too long. 50 minutes. We can keep going. I don't know how long this is gonna last. Assuming there's only been like at a maximum around 4 or 5 people in here. Aeon says, to be fair, it seems that nearly all religions start with great intentions and then got co-opted by those who corrupted into a system of political and mental control. Well, yes, there's that, but also it tends to start with terrible intentions to begin with and confuse it for great intentions. I mean, there are a lot of corrupt people in the world who thought that what they were doing was good. Like, basically take all of fascism and all of the Nazis. That's a good prime example. Uh, like what they thought they were doing was good. To be fair, yeah. Um, take don't take Jonestown for example. That didn't really start off as the greatest thing either. They drank the punch. Excuse me. Adam says, I see. It reminds me of the whole every attempt at a utopia results in a dystopia thing. You see, to me, there's no difference between utopia and dystopia. They all result in the same thing. uh, Only total chaos, in my opinion, is like the perfect utopia. I'm like opposite of everything that people think utopia is. Because without chaos, there's just order, and that makes everything bland. It's like everything loses color. um, You see, like take Fahrenheit 451 for example. Have you ever read that book? It's about a world where people, uh, firefighters, uh, instead of what's the word I'm looking for? Instead of putting out fires, they catch things on fire in order to get rid of any information that exists. It's a world of book burners, basically, and that led to a massive um, era of misinformation. Basically, everyone lived in this orderly fashion, and it was basically like cogs in a mechanism, uh, as a biological robot or something. People would consider that utopia, but that seems like the complete opposite of utopia. It seems like either way you go down the spectrum, eventually you'll end in dystopia. So there has to be chaos, in my opinion. Without chaos, everything just sucks. To us, at least. To us. Since we're alive and we can experience it. The starter says keyboard ghost. Yeah. Sorry about that. I don't know what to do about that. Um, Hopefully it'll fix soon. If not, then nice having you around anyway. Excuse me. Whew. You guys, I'm going to show you something again. It has been quite some time since I've been caught wearing this thing. um, One time over on Midgard Musing's channel, who's a friend of mine, his name is Jesse Stillwagon. Um, I won a raffle, sort of, or more like a competition than a raffle. But I won a bunch of things, which was a rune set, which is right over there. I'll show you that in a minute. And this wonderful Mjolnir that, oh, why do I keep forgetting his name? I'm sorry, man. I'm really sorry if you're watching this. But he gave me this beautiful Mjolnir, and I haven't been wearing it for a little while. So I hope to start doing that again, starting right now. This was when I was still into Satru practices, Norse painting, things like that. So, skull, which which is Norse for cheers or hail, whatever. How about this? Once this Coke runs out, which it's pretty close to doing, I'll end the stream. I'll just let the stream lifespan depend on the amount of Coke that I have. That seems like a good way to tell the time. Oh yeah, hold on. I also got this beautiful set of runes that was carved by another friend of mine who I met via Jesse's channel, uh, named Matthew Petrie, who works for Odin's Beard Woodworking. You can find him on Facebook and also YouTube. Look up Odin Beard Woodworking. It's a wonderful little company that he started based off of carving. He does more than just carve, I think, but that's like the main thing he does. So I'm just gonna show off all of these beautiful, beautiful runes that I got. Maybe 2 years ago by now, 2 years and a half. I don't know, but I got a bunch of them here. We got the full Elder Futhark runic set. So here's just one example. This is the Fey runes, the very first of the 24 letters of the Elder Futhark, which I've been working with for some time. It usually represents fertility, health, growth, life, fortune, mostly. Actually, yeah, mostly fortune, mostly wealth, because it's tied to something called Hemingya, which is basically luck essence. So it's a beautiful, fine little rune we got ourselves here. I have all of them, of course. It isn't just the Fey rune. I got a bunch of them here. But nice to have them. Nice to have them. Maybe someday I'll start doing rune drawing videos. That'd be fun. That'd be fun to try out. Aeon says, let's all do a LBRP for Stardate keyboard. Yep. LBRP. That's another thing too, is with the Kabbalah. I never seem to be able to figure out what comes after LBRP. I know there's all these pentagrams and hexagrams and banishing rituals and such, but I've also the middle pillar. That's the Golden Dawn version of it. But, never really got past LBRP. Actually, I haven't done it a lot. I did it like once and then never again because it just didn't seem very useful to me. So I have much powerful versions that I've created myself, and to be honest, LBRP is just sort of watered down. I mean, through centuries and millennia of changes, it's all sort of gone downhill since then, or at least I feel so. So just waiting for some more stuff to happen here. Wow, Aeon, it says you're the only person that's left in the chat, and I'm not sure if that's true or not, but that's what I'm seeing on the participants. YouTube tends to lag like that. I don't know why. I'm gonna lay back down. Bring my pillow up here. Get nice and comfy. There we are. Seeing this thing in the background, it's a pair of ODC Mala that I got one time. Dad gave it to me. It was sitting on my fan. I haven't used them in a while. I've usually been sticking to a sandalwood pair that I have on my bed frame. But yeah, these are some pretty nice ones too. Supposedly the Bodhi tree is the tree that Siddhartha Gautama Buddha sat underneath while becoming enlightened. So that's interesting. There's a Coke can here. Starter says, you need a cool pagan thing to hang on your wall behind you. Like a mandala or something. That'd be cool. Usually, hold on a minute. Usually for videos, whenever I'm indoors, I'd use this curtain here that I use for my window. I'd go over and I'd just sit over like this, so it's nice and black and you can see me better. But in general, since this is a computer that's hard to pull off, I can try it for this one, but we'll see. Oh, Napalm Smoothie just joined. He said, yo, yeah, I agree. Welcome. Feel free to add any questions, comments, tell your stories, etc. Good to have you. So there's a lot of things on this ledge. Starter Athro says, you've got the guy thing with nothing on the walls thing going. Yep, that's me. Yeah, this room's pretty bland, but not like I can do much about it. I don't really feel willing to try either. I mean, the one thing that I have on my wall right now is a sticker of Odin's Beard Woodworking. Like a cardboard thing that he gave me. I just taped it there. So, yeah, pretty bland. But it's fine, though. It's my kind of bland. Something happened here. Well, this suddenly became a sitting and smiling live stream. You guys know what that is? Some weird stuff, man. It's this one guy, I forgot his name, but he's just sitting on the floor for like 4 hours. That's sort of beautiful in a way. Naples maybe a start day, but it costs money. Yeah, it does. Unfortunately, a banner or something like that is like $20 to $40. I don't know why. Bug says, my room has stuff all over the walls in a good way. Holding back the dirty joke. Yeah. I've seen the walls of your room when you sent me a photo of you through Discord. It's like I'm having like it's like I'm having a sensory overload just looking at your wall. I don't know why, but you got some colorful stuff going on in there. Napalm Smoothie says, "Oh, that." Well, yeah. Good to see you here. Bug says, "No, I have stolen a stop sign, but my mom took it." Shh. You can't say that here. Don't say that you stole stop signs. Right, your mom took it. Well, that's interesting. I don't really get the whole thing about stealing signs on the road. It doesn't make sense to have just signs in your room. I mean, you can buy one. I think it's like $15. Hold on. Stop sign. Yeah, Amazon.com. You can buy a stop sign for like $13. So you don't need to steal one. But cool. Aeon says, no, you did a ritual and the sign just appeared magically. Well, yeah, that'd be cool. No, it didn't appear, it manifested. There we go. Bug says, I mean, it was already on the ground and was free. Oh, well, in which case, then yeah, it's yours, but that's an interesting story. Bugs, do you do any sort of witchcrafty magic sort of stuff? I'm not certain of what you're into. As far as I know, you're just sort of atheistic, is all. Napalm says, I thought the sitting and smiling guys' streams were boring, so I didn't watch them. It's embarrassing how long I've watched them. I've just been waiting for something to happen on them. It's like a pastime of mine. It gets boring sometimes, but yeah. It's more the anticipation of just something happening. It's like a meditation to watch it. It's sort of cool. Aeon says, exactly, Bugs manifested the sign. Yes. It appeared from out of oblivion. Yeah. How many people we got on here? We got Aeon, Starte, Bugs, Napalm. We got the whole crew. All right. Bugs says, yeah, definitely, though. I'm more of a baby witch, but I really like reading cards and gather herbs to make little spells. Aww. That's nice. You see, for me, being a magician is more about the philosophy than the actual spellcraft. I mean, like the spells and everything is a nice aesthetic to have, but there's really no difference between that and academia, study of philosophy, things like that. The spells are just fun things that you can do. Synchronicities. It's like a way of validating your own divinity in a way. For those who don't know, synchronicity is a term by Carl Jung, I think, unless it goes back further, that basically when you do something, something else happens coincidentally, and that's supposed to confirm that you did something right. Like maybe in the middle of a ritual or something, the wind suddenly starts to pick up. That could be a sign of something. Not that you actually did it. It just happened at the same time as you, and that could mean something. That's all. That's what I choose to believe. Napalm. Wait. Starry says it dropped from the sky. Splat right next to you. Stop signs don't splat, and if they do, I think you should probably call a scientist or something. Napalm Smoothie says, I used to watch those wait until the logo hits the corner streams. Dude, I watch those all the time, and I still do to a certain degree. Whoa, easy now. I almost threw the computer out the window there. You know, I finished the Coke, but I don't really feel like leaving quite yet. This is getting fun. Lots of people coming in and out. I'm gonna let you guys decide when this ends. Should I end it at 11:30 or should I end it at 12 a.m.? I mean, I'm fully willing to go another hour, but it really depends on what you guys want. I'll be right back. I think I might have just been called. Hold on. Uh, alright. Hey, everybody. Sorry, I'm back. Something big just happened on the news, apparently. Dad called me out to see it. Uh, Aeon says, lol, I thought he meant he heard a spirit or something. That would have been funny, yeah. Well, I think I'm going to have to end this one here because this is something real interesting. Lots of stuff with countries just happened. I'm just going to say the keyword invasion. um, I don't want to speak any more on that because I know that YouTube is very sensitive about the how you say these things. Like you can get demonetized just for talking about it, or deplatformed just for talking about it. So I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. I think we very well overstayed our welcome here. Anyway, we've been going for an hour and 17 minutes now. So it's been fun. See you next time. Cheers.